Right, lesson number 3 for Aiden. Handicap at the minute, Aiden?
15.4.
15.4, so on the way back
Yeah.
to 16. So we need to try and stop that rock coming down back the other way. Irons have been misbehaving a little bit this time.
Yeah.
Driver is
It's
better,
starting
but
to
still
improve,
could
yeah.
be better.
A lot better than what it was.
And also you asked me a question about possibly a more lofted fairway wood. Because you've got a 3 wood, 15 degrees.
15 degrees.
And you've tried a 5 wood?
5 wood.
Yeah, and you found that was easier.
It was going just as far, but higher.
Yeah, well there's a thing called optimum loft that people forget about. So as in, from the deck, when you start going past a certain number, you actually start losing distance.
Yeah.
So again, we'll test that today and see if we can improve that part as well.
They have been my bad shots where they're just on the right edge of the fairway.
Cool, come on then. Well, it's a couple of things. Driver definitely low heels, collect everything in the same place, so we're going to try and shift that. Club path with the driver, 3.4 left, so out to in. Face averaging 8.4 open to that. So we need the path and the face just getting back in line there. Cut numbers. If you were to hit them out the middle, those numbers, they would slice probably more.
Yeah.
Because the heel shot is starting the ball left for you and then curving back. If you hit them out the middle, that ball would start probably, well, maybe slightly right of target and then cut even more and obviously have more speed and all those kind of things. So the strike is actually saving you.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed.
And then the iron is a similar pattern really, 2.6 left path with a 3.7 averaging open face. That's again why we're seeing that little tail. So we need to keep the thoughts going that we're doing, but let's just get the path a little bit and the face in line, while at the same time try and think about strike with that kid.
Yeah.
Driver. Yeah. So I think you could probably hear, you certainly felt the heel strike there.
Felt more high heel.
Okay. Where was the path, do you think?
I'd say that was slightly into out. Sorry.
So you tried to. I said to you, can you swing straight?
I tried.
Yeah. So you feel it might be straight, slightly into out.
Yeah.
So high heel strike, and the path was straight, 1 into out. So the instruction, this set of shots is called straight. So you're 3 left with the path, and I just asked you to not swing 3 left with the path. You did. So that's a skill we need to keep using. You know where straight is, as long as someone on a day or certain days tells you where your baseline is.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you feel like you're swinging at 0, we measure you and you're 3 out to in, that's very hard for you to self-diagnose or fix. But if you have the check-up and it's like you're 3 left, it's like, you know, it's like anything. You've got to know where reality is to know how to shift it, and you shifted it within 1 swing, which is great. Face was at the complete wrong handle, which is a different discussion. Let's have a few more, see if we can keep in that path. What do you feel? Straight to slightly into out?
Yeah.
Good shot.
That was more after than that.
Was it? No, 0.
No.
It was the heel strike, I reckon you'll feel. Look at the strike pattern now though. So much more centred. This is a big back to shots.
Yeah, it's not moved as much.
Considering you were down here on everything. And we're now getting some really manageable numbers there. It's about benchmarks. You came into the first lesson we ever did swinging 4 from the inside. Then your swing is reacting to those numbers. You come back now swinging 3 from the outside, strike, face the path, everything you do is reacting to those numbers. Golf's always, that's why it's called a journey, or this is called a journey, you're going to bring a benchmark, but if you always think your benchmark is 0, that's why people go around in circles. They think, oh, I must have gone slightly out to in there because I've cut that. And they don't work a heel shot into it when their path is still maybe slightly into out, and then they're going nowhere. And that's why we measure, get the benchmark, and it's almost like, right, you're out to in now, a little bit in to out, with all those other positive feelings that we're doing. Right, you're out to it, you're too much into out now, so let's keep that elbow feeling, that slightly different release feeling, but feel like you're a bit straighter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's putting in those tactical elements around the benchmarks that you bring, and they change from month to month, as we can see among the order journey students. They jump, they move. And the path was a little left. That's it, that connected follow through. It's good. Yeah, just left it out there a bit again. So we're now doing it with the iron to try and make sure we get a bit of synergy with iron and wood. Come and look at that one, Aiden, there. So you move the path right on that one straight away, 2 shots, which is good. So you got the path actually going to the right, which is great. But the face is still 4 open, so let's get that face catching up as you do it. That's it. Yeah, not bad. Come and have a look. Here you go, there you go. Path was 1 right on that one, which is great. Face down to 1. Driver now 0, face slightly open to the path. So you can hit a little cut still. You need to just try and keep the face working. That's a driver. Iron 0, face free. So we've got real synergy between the two, and the face on both of them, iron and wood, is just could work a little harder. But they're both much more on target. And what we're finding with you, which is common for all of them, is that your irons are loads better, then your driver's horrendous, and then your driver's a bit better, and then your irons lose out a bit. We need to get them both working together, ideally. Otherwise, that's why you're having 22 points and then 8 points, like you say, on the 9 holes, because everything comes together and then one drops away. Let's get them both working. The perfect situation, it's not always that happens, but if you can get both working with the same thought, that's so, I love it when that happens. That's not always the same, because obviously you live at different angles, like attack angle for a start. But if that does happen, that's much easier for the student to really hang on to that kind of feeling. Yeah, we got no ball, we've got to have no head data here because I've not dotted. We don't need head data. I just want to see some shots to get a benchmark of what you're doing with this. So Aiden's hitting his 3 wood, 15 degree. He's challenging if a more lofted fairway wood might help him. We've got 5 or so with Aiden's 3 wood. We've now got a 16 degree fairway wood in his hand. Sorry, 18. I've moved it up to 18 degrees. There we go. That's a top ball. A little bit pushy, but we can still look at the data on that. So if we go 18 degrees of loft, so just call it 18, certainly your peak height goes up, 23. It was only 17. I've taken that 1 off, which was the top one actually first with the 5 wood. Averaging 175 with 3 wood, but 184 with the, whatever you want to call it, 18 degree fairway, 5 wood, modern 4 wood. So which one goes further?
5 wood.
But does it?
Not on the roll, obviously.
Yeah. So we're now just talking about situation. I could sell that as going further and people would believe me. But you go into the wind, I want you in that 3 wood. You go downwind, I want you in that 5 wood, whatever we're calling it, 18 degrees. You want to get it over a bunker and stop it, I want you in the 5 wood. You want to roll something up on a dry fairway, 250, I want you in the 3 wood. Which club is better? What situation are you in more often? Tour trucks follow tour players because their situations change week in, week out.
Yeah.
As they change. I think that's one of the best fitting examples ever. One that I could sell you a 5 wood like that if I was selling clubs. Because you would say it goes further and I'd agree with you and off we go. You'd get on the course and you'd put it on a tee, hit it higher in the face, it'll go higher again, you get no roll out down this fairway that's slightly downhill that you normally hit your 3 wood on and it goes 250. all of a sudden that's going 220 and you'll think it's rubbish. And then you'll have 3 other situations where you're going over a bunker and it's slightly into the wind and it's about 200 and you hit that and you think it's the best club in the world. So it's going to be about how many situations you put yourself into. So actually you know more than me almost. What do you think?
I don't know, it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of, you need both.
Of course you do. Of course you do. I mean, that's what good players will have. I have a power hybrid, which is the club you're trying. Dan's got a power hybrid. He's thinking of putting his 5 wood back in because it goes a bit higher than his power hybrid.
It'd be interesting to see what my hybrid is compared to this.
Yeah, let's try it. So we're now going to put the hybrid in there and see what happens.
Ah, it's not topping on me.
Yeah, you like a top on the first one. Peak height of 6 yards on that one. That's a get up down. That's a Hendrickson scuttle ball. That's not a bad hit, going slightly left. There you go. Look, you hit that okay, didn't you?
Not great.
Okay, do another one.
That one's good.
Better?
Yeah. I'm not going to hit that much better.
Come on, look then. So if we take away the one, we got an average and a good, averaging 168 carry. So 170 carry on the indoor numbers, 184, and then your fairway wood carries 175. So from the fairway, 5 wood and hybrid are good. From the tee, the 3 wood would beat them all, and then from the tee, the driver would beat them all. Your fairway wood, whatever we call it, 18 degrees, plus your 3 would cross over on situations.
Yeah.
We've just seen that you've got 13 clubs in your bag, so you can quite easily add a 5 wood.
Yeah.
And go and see it. That it does make sense, but it will cross over, which isn't a bad thing. You know, my power hybrid, I can hit my 3 wood very easily as short as I hit my power hybrid. My clubs are often crossing. They don't need to always fit. They fit in slots as default, but then, like I said, run, winds, uphills, downhills, flying things, running things, they'll cross over.
Well, then which one's better? Would I go for a 4-iron or would it be a 5 would be better?
I wouldn't have a 4-iron for you. I don't think you need a 4-iron.
Quite too early.
I think you just, the hybrid's good. You come down the handle on that, the hybrid works. That's a 19 degree hybrid.
Yeah.
Probably 20-21 degrees would fit in a little better, but you're 14 yards difference from your fairway and carry to your hybrid, so that's pretty good. 5 wood has a place. It beats the 3 wood in some situations, but not all of them. There we go, great lesson there from Aiden, lesson 3. He's kind of gone back up. Really need him now just to kind of get it to click and get that handicap coming down. He's got all the potential. I think the main lesson from today, which I really hope you get and enjoy from this video, trying to just move swing path, but building from a solid baseline, which will change from month to month for him, is such an important skill I think golfers get lost in when working on takeaways and things like that. Just shifting path a few degrees when you've got the skills that Aiden has now is something you have to keep bearing in mind. It's not just going to happen on its own. And then the other really important point for me there, which I really enjoyed, and hopefully you got this as well, defining better when it comes to what club, I think is such an open-ended question when you start working in obviously situation like that 5 wood, the 3 wood was really clearly showing. Even though the 5 wood carried further, it wasn't going to run as fast. So in situation, which one would be better? We came to the conclusion, I think he said it off camera, really, he needs both. Be interesting to see what he ends up with when he comes back. Thanks for watching. Post comments down below. As always, the journey continues. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you don't subscribe to the channel already. See you again soon.